somebody needs to welcome all those new players who came to Clash Royale thanks to Jinxie and Mr. Beast and teach them how to play. Luckily for you, I will be doing so as a 2016 veteran. So, in the tutorial, you will see this, not two screens, just one. So, what you see right here is your side of the arena. This is where you can deploy your cards and they move around and attack automatically. And you have these three towers which you have to defend. Although the two princess towers can defend themselves, you will need to help them. And the king tower will not help them until one of the towers is destroyed or if he is damaged himself. This is your hand. It has 4 cards, and cards have a specific elixir cost, and you charge 1 elixir every 2.8 seconds. And your deck has 8 cards. Oh, and by the way, don't pick cards that are high elixir, like make your deck full of them. Sure, they are stronger, but at the same time, they make it extremely difficult to cycle cards, thus your opponent gets so many more chances to counter push and ends up winning against you. And remember, saving elixir is the key to victory. I know that sounds cheesy, but you will regret it if you don't listen. Now that we're done talking about the battle, let's talk about the UI. In the center, you will find your current arena. Depends on your trophies. And on the top, you will see many things like the pass royale, your username, etc. And you will see on the bottom the battle button with a few chests you can unlock from the battles. And coins are gold is mostly used to upgrade your cards. As for gems, well, I don't really know. Just don't spend them on those chests in the shop. It's a pretty bad gamble. You can just save them up for emotes or other stuff. Your deck has 8 cards, but you can have up to 10 deck slots at once. And at the same time, each deck has an average elixir cost that judges how you're going to play the deck itself. Let's talk about the cards themselves. The first type is troops. Troops they move, they fight, and they die. Every time you click on the info button of any card, you will see a mini animation showing the advantages and disadvantages of the card, and generally how the card works, and some interactions in case you need to know them. It's a pretty handy feature, and I really like it. So if you can't remember every single card in existence, because there are like 120, you can go to this thing. Also, they will show you the stats like the speed, hit speed, target, does it target only ground units or air units? Yes, there are air units. Next type is the buildings. The buildings are buildings that don't move at all. Their main job is to defend, except for 2 particular cases, and they have a lifetime so that the game doesn't become way too defensive. And the most misunderstood ones, the spells. Spells, you can place them anywhere, mainly used to either defend, support your troops, or spam them on crown towers if there's double or triple elixir. That happens unlike the 2 last minutes of the match. You might say, well, I'll just spam them on my enemy's crown towers. Well, they deal 25% damage to crown towers so that you don't spam them too much, so don't. And the rarities include common, rare, epic, legendary, and champions who have an ability that you can activate, and it costs a certain amount of elixir, but you shouldn't worry about them. They're unlocked at a very high arena, unless you pay. Anyways, let's go back to the UI. As I said, you fight and you gain chests from battles, and you can also use magic items. For example, wild cards. They depend on the rarity, and they allow you to get enough cards to upgrade. Like, if they work on any card, it's like a Joker card. And again, it depends on the rarity. There are also other items, such as the books. And of course, they vary depending on rarity, except the Book of Books, which works on anyone. They allow you to get exactly enough cards to upgrade to the next level, so use them if your card is really high level and you can't really get enough cards. And they're also better used for legendaries and champions, since they're so difficult to get. Other magic items include the elite wild cards to upgrade a card from level 14 to level 15, which is the max level, but you shouldn't worry about them too much. The only way to get them is if you get like extra cards, like a card is already level 14, you get some of it, they get converted to wild cards. And then there's the card boost potion. Boosts one of your cards to your King Tower's level for 3 hours. Yes, your King Tower has a level, you should just keep progressing to get higher levels. But it's independent from the Princess Tower's level. What are these 3, you may ask? Well, they're the tower troops, but most of them suck anyway, so you shouldn't care about them, and they're extremely difficult to unlock. As you progress through the game and push trophies, you get rewards such as wild cards, chests, etc. And with each new arena, you get brand new cards. This helps you understand the game slowly and smoothly. But I want to make a point. Rarity has nothing to do with power. This guy is legendary, so second highest rarity, but he has a 2% usage rate on top ladder, and normally cards should have an 8% usage rate, so he absolutely sucks. There are some common cards that are OP, such as skeletons. And just look right here, he gets beaten up by an epic card, which is 1 rarity lower. Anyways, how do you build a deck? Well, good question. Let's say I want to include archer. Wait, why are they suddenly purple and so much more beautiful? Well, that's called an evolution, my friend. After playing your card for 2 or 1 time, depends on the elixir cost, you get access to the evolved version, which includes new abilities for the cards to make it stronger, such as the archers, which deal more damage if the opponent is at far range. The enemy troops, like targets, are at far range. But that doesn't mean they're necessarily broken. To get them, you need to get wild cards, which you can get from the free pass 2 every month. So you need 3 months just to get 1 single evolution. But don't worry, Clash Royale occasionally gives out free evolutions. And you can also buy the evolution directly with the diamond pass. You can buy the newest evolution there is. To build your deck, it needs to have pretty much everything, including air defense, such as the archers, and you need a win condition. A win condition is a card that deals consistent damage to the crown towers. That's why it's a win condition. For example, the Hog Rider. He only targets buildings, which makes it difficult to defend against him because he ignores your troops. That's why you should carry a building in your deck. A lot of players decide to ignore buildings, but you can see right here, this 4 elixir card gets countered for 3 elixir. Now that we have our win condition, we also need something else. Although your main win condition right now will be the giant. Anyways, you need a small spell to help out your win condition. If you want to kill swarms, which as you see like these green guys right here, are multiple fragile troops. They're mainly good against big units that deal single target damage. And you will also need, I've already said air defense, so I'm just going to make a slight adjustment right here. You also need a big spell so you can take out medium health troops, such as the musketeer right here. You also need swarm cards so that you can cycle your deck faster, but at the same time defend and get positive elixir trades, like you defended right here with 1 elixir against 4 elixir. That's a +3 trade. You also need, as I've already said, a building to counter your opponent's win conditions, and you will also need a mini tank. As the name suggests, it's a card that has a lot of HP but not too much HP. And what else do we need to finish our deck? Because our deck is still not complete. Yep, sometimes we need a cycle card. Cycle cards are just generally very cheap cards that allow you to get to your other cards like faster. So you might need that unless you play a heavy deck, which is called beatdown. But I'll talk about deck types in another video if you guys want me to talk about that. And to make sure your evolution works, you need to drag it in the 2 evolution slots, but you will only unlock them after a certain king tower level, so you shouldn't really worry about evolutions right now. You can also include an air unit because they're technically air defense, but it's only optional. Back to the UI. Near the battle button you will see these 2 clunky ass swords, and if you click them, you will see every single game mode in the game. I prefer classic 1v1 because you don't lose or gain any trophies inside, and every card is the exact same level. Level 11, so you won't have to deal with over-leveled players, which are pretty much the main problem of the game. Oh, and by the way, don't let all of these shop offers convince you to pull out the credit card. That's their only purpose. Just look at the crazy amount of offers. Anyways, you should just get the daily free reward and occasionally buy some cards if you really need them and if they're in your deck. Ignore the chests, ignore the trader because you don't really, like, there's literally no way to get the trade tokens now. You can also buy emotes for gems, which is probably one of the only reasons to buy gems, or you can be a whale and buy these, but don't buy the gold offers, they absolutely suck. Occasionally there might be a free QR code for a tower skin. You can change it with the paintbrush icon It's a pretty cool addition, but you can only get them if they're like free or you buy them. You can also choose decoration for your banner, which appears at the start of the battle when you want to know your opponent. You can also flex with some badges that are pretty much achievements. And let's talk about, again, more stuff. Let's really talk about the UI. You have this occasional button that appears when there's a new card or stuff like that, like this stupid early access offer. You have this fake chain offer that needs you to waste real money so you can keep getting the quote-unquote free stuff. There's also the 3 buttons right here, which again grant you access to a lot of things, such as the battle log to see your previous battles. It's pretty much like a search history, a battle history. There's also the leaderboards if you want to see who's good. Okay, apparently no one's good, so let's just quit. And then we have TV Royale if you want to see matches from other players, like they're supposed to be the tightest matches. And you can choose which arena, so you can get access to all the newbies like you. You can also play in the training camp, but most of the time the trainer is over-leveled, so you shouldn't really bother unless you really want to learn the game. Tournaments are pretty much never used. Settings are settings. They include a lot of things. I don't know what to say else, but there's an important thing. If you want to keep your account, you should log it to Supercell ID. Just put your Gmail. They will send you a code so that you don't lose your account and so that you can put it in other devices. To see your progress, click the crown icon and you will see your current level and what you'll get from each level, and sometimes includes new features like the Pass Royale itself, the evolution slot, +1 King Tower level, etc. It's pretty nice to see where you at. There's also the star levels, which are pretty much the skins. You get them every time you upgrade a card. There's also the newspaper thing, News Royale, in case there are news. There's also social, which I literally never use because I just have that many friends. There's also the clan, although this shouldn't really be your priority, but hey, you can see other your friends and stuff. You can donate to them cards. And how do you request cards? Anyway, you click on the yellow button on the bottom and you just ask, but you can't get ask for epic cards until it's Sunday for some reason. There's also the trader, but again, there are no tokens, and there are just so many things you can see in the clan. You can also play a friendly battle with your friends if you want to learn. That's how most of those Jinxie tournaments are made. They join the same clan, etc. You can also type to prove how skilled you are or something. You can also spam emotes. And that's it. You just learned Clash Royale. Now go out there, get crushed by everyone, cry, and lose, and I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye!